Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Building supplies, electrical supplies, furniture, appliances, carpets and tiles. It's the company where you can get it all. All at TDC, home and building decor. From lawn and garden, the TVs and stereos. All at TDC, home and building decor. Come on down, get what you're looking for. It's all at TDC, home and building decor.
Got itchy palms? That's a sign. Money could be coming your way with Scratch and Win from Caribbean Lottery. It's the easiest way to win instantly. No waiting, no fuss. With tickets starting from just $2 up to $20. Win over $35 million in prizes. The higher the price, the bigger the prize. So scratch today for your chance to win up to $200,000. Available at Caribbean Lottery agents island-wide. Must be 21 years and older to play.
Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea only on Win Media 98.9.
And a pleasant good day to you and yours. I'm going to be your host singularly for a while until Cortensia gets here. She had some pressing instances to deal with, but she will be here. In the meantime and in between time, let me do what I usually do when she's not here and give myself a little room to get some other things set up by starting with a brief synopsis on the history of Haiti.
They did not just sit down and let themselves be taken away. They fought. They fought all the way to the boat. They fought on the boat. They killed themselves throughout the trip. They killed themselves as they get off the boat or killed whoever was tying them up. So the fight began the day the aggression, the kidnapping, the slave mentality began to capture people.
In order for Haiti to pay the extortion fee to France, they had to shut down all their public schools. So when people talk about Haiti being underdeveloped, when they talk about the high illiteracy rates in Haiti, and they're very high. Illiteracy rates are somewhere around 70%, and that's because they haven't had public schools since 1825.
Monies that should have gone into the building of Haiti, monies that should have gone into building schools, building irrigation ditches, building, providing things to build the society, building a healthcare system, went into paying France.
So it really goes back to that period to understand why Haiti today is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere.
It took over a century for Haiti to be able to finally pay off the debt that was extracted, really blackmailed.
Unfortunately, when we get closer to 2010, the story actually gets worse, not better. Because finally, in 1990, the Haitian people had a chance for the first time in their nation's history to elect their first free president in a free democratic election.
They managed to get a priest that grew up in the poor part of Haiti himself and really understood the people. They talked him into running.
His name was Jean Bertrand Aristide. He had earned a reputation for being a dedicated advocate for the poor.
Despite the fact that there was many candidates, despite the fact that the United States had one in particular, Marc Bazin, who they wanted to win and gave a lot of funding to, Aristide won easily. He got, I think, 67% of the vote back in 1990. In the fall of 1991, George Bush Sr. and other nefarious forces overthrew Aristide along with the Haitian military and the Haitian elite, and they implemented a military coup. Aristide was forced from power, but in 2000 he ran for president again. And even though he had only served, total about 2 years out of his 5-year term, it was clear that the people were thrilled with what he had done in that time, because when he ran for president in 2000, he got more than 90% of the vote. And international observers watched the election very carefully. The U.S. was looking for any excuse to delegitimize Aristide's re-election, but it was a free and fair election.
He wasn't so popular with the power elite, not only in Haiti, but in the world community. But twice he was subject to military coups that overthrew both of these free elections, and now he's in exile.
First, the Clinton administration went after him and started to create kind of an economic blockade of Haiti. And then when George Bush Jr. took over, then he continued it and intensified the campaign to destabilize the Aristide government.
Haitians had it written in their constitution that only Haitian nationals could own property. And yet when the U.S. invaded Haiti and occupied Haiti, then that was done away with. So it opened the door. It opened every door and every window to the world, really sucking the life out of Haiti.
Eventually it led to the coup of February 29, 2004, which is a day of infamy in Haiti, but for the world, because once again, the will of the Haitian people was violated. And the democratic election of 2000 was overthrown when George Bush sent the Marines in to overthrow their president.
You have a puppet government put in there by the U.S. According to the Haitian constitution, someone must have lived in Haiti for 5 years before you can become a prime minister. This guy left Haiti 18 years ago. He lives in Boca Raton, Florida. He was put on the plane and made prime minister by the U.S. And his name is Gérard Latortue. He was put in there to be prime minister. First thing he did, he told the French, "We are so sorry. Aristide is a crazy man. Haiti has no claim against France." So he retracted the whole thing in terms of, the repayment by France of the money they took from us.
After all that the Haitian people have been through, now they're trying to grapple with the earthquake.
The French Revolution, the American Revolution before the French Revolution, and the Haitian Revolution. The first two are very well known and talked about and celebrated in movies and what have you. But the Haitian Revolution is hardly talked about.
And there you had it, a synopsis history of Haiti, as I usually do when Hortensia isn't here. But we have been graced by her lovely presence. I can see her radiant smile right now, so I'm gonna let you hear her voice.
Alrighty, good morning to one and all, and welcome to today's edition of Island Tea. I know Quint would have introduced us already. Just to remind you of the numbers: 0333-44065, 1718-285, 6984-1305, 921-4619, and 466-0989. I do apologize for my late arrival, but that's due to some unforeseen circumstances today. Well, this morning. So we appreciate you tuning in with us here at WinFM. Just to remind you, we're being simulcast on TVC Channel 40, Facebook, as well as... Okay, caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T. Hello, caller. I'm not hearing the caller.
Yeah.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Quinn.
Good day.
Good morning, morning.
Quinn, you just played a clip. I just tuned in and heard you playing. I'm centered around what
You
Haiti
broke up a
has-
bit there,
Yeah,
so
you're
get
breaking
into
up
a good
Africa.
location. Yeah.
Yeah, was in the wind a little bit and changed position. Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Yeah. Haiti, I want to touch on it. Can I have permission to speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Haiti is dear to all of us. Some might pretend, but if you really cherish who you are as a community, as a person, you would say that the strides that we have made, it was as a result of Haiti resistance. All of what was said in the clip a while ago speaks resonance to that. But something happened in New York, Flatbush, New York, one of the 5 boroughs of New York. It is called Little Haiti. I did not see the clip, but I listened to other comments, other media videos that commented on what emanated in Flatbush, as it is called Little Haiti. And out of all of the quote-unquote minority groups, including the Mexican that is south of the border, out of all of the minority groups, Haiti, the Haitians, that community, it is said that they stood up and they defied the ICE, the immigration, the acronym, the ICE. They defied the ICE. For whatever reasons they did it for, it speaks volume, because it speaks that the Haitians, even though that there might be quote-unquote in a strange land, the U.S. is a country of immigrants. And I listened on news where someone that was deported from South America, Guatemala or one of those countries, was repatriated back to the U.S. by a judge. The judge ordered the ICE to repatriate that person back to the U.S. He's in custody, but the due process did not carry before he was sent off, maybe to Guantanamo Bay, maybe to one of those prisons in one of those South American countries, because the Trump administration, he don't care. He just wants to send people, not even repatriating them back. We have heard the Nigerians talking about, they say no, because the Trump administration wants the Nigerians to accept the Venezuelans who Trump is deporting. So that case is like a landmark case where the judge ordered the repatriation of that gentleman, even though he's in immigration holding. It was illegal to send persons out without due process. So the Haitians have,
can you imagine the audacity of a man who feels he has the right to deport you from, quote, his country, but demands that you accept who he deports from, quote, his country into your country? Could you imagine that?
Yes. So that clip speaks volume in the sense that Haiti has suffered beyond the imagination of humanity, to see that even when they were elected a democratical a leader by the overwhelming votes, the United States saw fit to bring about regime change.
And then the rest of the world comes, and our Caribbean leaders come and tell us, the United States and Europe, and they're trying to help us to save Haiti. How is that possible when on 2 different occasions when Haiti dealt with things in what you term your democratic way, and you make sure that they don't achieve anything from it?
And the record is there, because what Aristide did by spending less on defense in terms of his budget and spending more on like education. I was told that like let's say the school buses was turned into military vehicles when they really toppled Aristide. You know, so they're reversing all the gains, rightful gains that a nation
Found the sound 98.9.
Africa?
Hello?
Hold on. Okay. Couldn't just stepped out to let somebody in and that came on. But you go ahead, continue.
Yes. So,
but you may have to cut it off a little bit because traffic talk is, the officers are here, right?
So okay, I will resume after traffic talk.
Okay, no problem. You're welcome.
Okay, so let's take that bit of a commercial break. That was preempting our discussion here, so we'll take that right now.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Save your quarters and save your dollars. You could just protect.
Parents and guardians, it's time to secure your child's success. Enroll them in Aspire and unlock amazing benefits. $500 in cash savings, $500 in investment shares, and life-changing financial education to teach budgeting, saving, and investing. Don't wait. Sign up your child or ward for Aspire today and give them the tools to achieve greatness. Visit aspire.gov.kn for more information.
Got itchy palms? That's a sign. Money could be coming your way with Scratch and Win from Caribbean Lottery. It's the easiest way to win instantly. No waiting, no fuss. With tickets starting from just $2 up to $20. Win over $35 million in prizes. The higher the price, the bigger the prize. So scratch today for your chance to win up to $200,000. Available at Caribbean Lottery agents island-wide. Must be 21 years and older to play. Kids and neighbors, it's time to celebrate! We're raising our glasses and saying cheers to 20 years as your trusted telecommunications provider. And because we love our amazing customers, we're giving you the chance to win! Every week, we've got exciting prizes just for you. And that's not all. Step into a cash vault for a shot at $2,000 in cash. To qualify, switch to Digicel, activate a 3-day plan or higher, pay your bill in full, sign up for postpaid or a new Digicel Plus internet package. Stay connected, keep enjoying the best service, and get ready to win! 20 years strong, and we're just getting started. Visit a Digicel retail store today.
If you live in low-lying areas, be aware of the possibility of tsunamis immediately after an earthquake. A strong earthquake lasting 20 seconds or more is a natural tsunami warning. Do not wait for an official warning. Gather your family members and evacuate immediately after the shaking stops. Don't delay. A tsunami could occur within minutes.
This message is sponsored by the Australian Government, AusAid, and produced by NEMA in collaboration with WinFM.
Here are your Horsford's Value Mart IGA specials.
Roman, July 10 to July 23rd.
Now, our Value Club Blue Tag specials. Essential Everyday Mayonnaise, just $17.99. Multi-meal bagged cereals, $17.99. Morning Star meatless entrees, just $20.99. IGA or Essential Everyday Waffles, $9.99. Essential Everyday White Vinegar, $14.99. Essential Everyday Freezer Bags, just $8.99. And now our very low weekly
value deals. Essential Everyday Barbecue Sauce, $7.99. Post-grade grain cereals, $18.99. Terra Exotic Chips, $15.99. White Wave Shampoo and Conditioner, $5.49. The Colgate Toothpaste, $7.99. Dawn Dish Liquid Detergent, $12.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart. Tell them in Spanish.
Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en
Value Mart.
Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea only on Win Media 98.9.
Morning. Oh boy. There goes my voice. Morning, morning, morning. For those of you just joining us, we are back here on Island Tea. And as promised, it's at that time of our Monday morning program. It's time for Traffic Talk. We have in studio with us Constable Bell and Constable is it Chiverton I always mix Chiverton. I always mix up Donnelly's name. I didn't want to be so informal by saying her first name. Good morning to both of you and welcome back to the studios.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning. My name is Constable Bell. And I'm Donnelly Library Chiverton. And we're here this morning with our usual Monday morning traffic talk. And as always, we know we have to continue to give God thanks. And so let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come before you, your throne of grace. Thank you, dear God, for continued mercies. Thank you, dear God, for the weekend gone by. Thank you, dear God, for giving us another opportunity, another chance to say thank you. Another opportunity, dear God, to be whom you want us to be. And as we go through today, dear God, may you be our headstone. May you continue, dear God, to be the center and the focus of our lives. Bless those, dear God, who are at work at this time, wherever they might be, persons near and far. Give us grace, guidance, and protection. These mercies we ask in your name and no other name. Amen. Amen. So this morning I am just sitting in. This is Constable Bell's program, and so I don't want to take up too much of his time because I know he has some information for you. And so without any further ado, I will let Mr. Bell lead his program.
Yes, thanks, Donnelly. However, the topic that we started last week, I just want to go back over it briefly. And Miss Labour Chiverton would give any input if she could, because we realize persons still using the areas wrong. So I don't think the information is getting out there to the persons as it should. So last week we spoke about the new markings on the highway in the vicinity from the St. Peter's Main Road along the F.T. Williams Highway down to the Kayanjet area in the vicinity of the Factory Road. Now, area number 1, that is down at the U Lounge, the Kayanjet, on the F.T. Williams Highway near the U Lounge, at the junction leading to the Factory Road, designated turning lanes have been installed to facilitate safer turning movements. A similar turning lane has been installed at the intersection leading to the Shadwell Estate. Motorists are advised to use the lanes appropriately and avoid sudden lane changes and overtaking in the junction. Now, the issue we have are the persons overtaking in the junction. Persons overtaking in the lanes that are designated for persons to attempt to make a right turn. And these decisions cause accidents, especially there at the Kayanjet, where the 2 lanes now are installed for right turns coming from each direction. Going up to the Factory Road, after you pass a portion of the lane that is installed, you start seeing the broken lines. That is when you are permitted to enter that lane. Not before with the solid line, because on that other side of that lane, it would have broken lanes for persons traveling the opposite direction to enter into. So you don't want to overtake in an area that is permitted for persons to go in.
Funny enough, we had this conversation last Monday, and as I said, it's like I'm always being placed to see things. Somebody overtook in that lane. They were heading down to the roundabout right there by Connery. Somebody just overtook on the other side of the person, and I'm there like, the officer said, this is not what the lane's for.
Yes.
Yeah, they just overtook.
And the thing is, we are trying to please the general public. Persons cried out, it's very hard on them to go all the way up the road, to come back down and stuff like that. I think it's biased for persons who are coming from one direction could make a right turn, but they are who trying to go to somewhere that is more closer.
Yeah, they can't
do it. So now we got together, had meetings with different persons, and it was approved. So now these lanes are made to make safer driving. We have more reckless driving.
More nonsense on the highway. What about the gas station adjustment that you made, where you have to come down just a little bit by the roundabout and then go around to get in the gas station?
I think
That's
everyone is
complying.
Not complying. I wouldn't say not complying. Everyone understands what they need to do, but they're still using the leeway because the signs are not placed there yet. So because they see, well, no signs are there, nothing is restricting them from doing that, they still decide to do what they want.
So how soon can you put the signs? Okay, I'm quitting. I'm not going to work too hard this morning.
It's a question, and I think it's a question that I need an answer to also, but I don't know if Miss Lambert, she would have a detailed briefing from persons, and then she would also brief us. Okay. But I didn't work over the weekend, so I don't know whatever information might have been relayed to her. Okay. So I don't know if she could answer the question.
Information relayed about the traffic signs. All I can say for sure is that they're in the making, and hoping we just give me now that when I leave the radio program, for me to go and have a conversation with the persons who are making the signs to see how far they're at, and just to reiterate what Mr. Bell would have said about the highway. Persons are to be reminded that broken white lines mean that you are allowed or you are permitted to change lane, or you can overtake. Persons that are doing the exact opposite. Yeah. And so we want to discourage that. Persons you have to know when you can overtake and when you cannot overtake, and that is the reason for the solid lines and the broken lines, so that persons can be aware and do what it is that they're supposed to do to avoid. We had a bad accident sometime last week over at Mansion, and so persons are still not hearing.
Yes, and we had a similar one down there at Christchurch area.
Well, after the Mansion?
Yes.
Oh, that's the same one.
No, it's not the same.
No,
it's two different accidents.
Really?
With buses?
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes. Persons not adhering.
Yeah, when I see that lady from the fire department that was assisting the other gentleman, when I see her bounce back in terms of how hard they had to pry, use the what we call that, the jaws of life.
The jaws of life.
Yeah. How did it went down eventually, and then she just bounced back? I'd be like, oh my God, that was rough.
Yes, and you see, I just speak about that. Our intention really was to speak on speeding. And what our speeding contributes to, but I don't think the time would really permit us.
But you can
we
speak.
could start. What I would ask Donnelly to do in the meantime is to get me the stats for the tickets for the offense of speeding from last year and those from this year up to present, because no matter how much times we come on the air, we speak about speeding, we speak about the fines increasing, and the fines increase and the tickets increase.
As a matter of fact, Mr. Bell, I was reading a traffic notice that was placed on our Facebook page on the weekend, where the government would have received $15,000 between the 14th and the 17th of July.
3 days?
$15,000. Could you imagine? And persons still
for speeding?
For speeding and other offences.
Okay.
But speeding is a part of
the majority.
And I'm saying, and for persons that does not, maybe we need to take the ticket pricing from $500 and $650 to
maybe $1,000,
maybe $10,000.
Yeah, that sounds better.
But
then behave then.
That's when they're gonna cry out now and say police is against them.
No, but we're not against them. We're trying to have safer roads. Why do we have to keep having accidents? Sometimes accidents that end fatally. That don't make sense. We have to hear it somehow. If they don't want to feel it by driving safely, then we can have to feel it in our pockets.
Yeah.
We're not trying to be mean. Every day I beg them to be careful. Every day Biff Mills beg them to be careful. The officers are on different programs asking them to be careful. What else should it take? Why people have to be hospital? Why are we burdening the healthcare system?
I guess that's when they really start to consider the actions after it occurred, after the damage is already
Imagine we
occurred.
having more people dying this year in car accidents than the other way, which we don't want either.
Mhm.
But yeah, since the start of the year, it's been rough.
But speeding, the section that covers speeding in the Road and Traffic Act, Vehicles, Road and Traffic Act, section 39, it said no person shall drive a motor vehicle of such class or description as is specified in the second schedule at a speed greater than the speed therein specified as the maximum speed limit within that area. Now, as we speak about speeding, the hot spots that people get tickets for, I just want to point them out and let them know what is the speed limit in those areas.
Mhm.
Now, Johnson Longpath, that's down the UMHS going down to Ross. I don't know why persons have it in their head that that's a highway.
But there's a speedometer there to tell you to reduce your speed.
From your start there at camps, there's a sign starting to tell.
Okay, caller, go ahead. You're live on Traffic Talk.
Hello?
Hi. You're live on Traffic Talk. Good morning.
Good morning. Peace to you all and our nation. I just want to touch in here because the officers doing a very good job, I must say that. But one thing I want them to please mention is this thing about driving without education and even education and consideration for other road users. Some persons, and I believe that's what as well caused some of these accidents. I could give some examples. And some people just don't ride, don't want to respect the law. Coming out of Pozan, the sign is there, no right turn, and people still doing right turn. Going across the Pan Road, going on by Convent and the road there's no right turn, and people still turning. Even coming across from by Cleon Street, go down West Quay Street, no right turn, and people still doing these things. So what I'm saying is just, I would like you all to emphasize. I mean, I'm doing it as well, advocating on behalf of the police and our nation for persons to follow our laws, be law-abiding citizens, because when you fail to follow those laws, it will cause problems for others and even themselves, and it cause death. So I just wanted to bring in that to amplify what you all said, and thank you very much again for coming on and inform and enlighten the people about doing such things, following the laws and even pointing out the laws to them. So God bless you all, God bless constituency number 7, God bless thanks to Nevis. God bless thanks to Nevis, God bless police force, and you all have a blessed day.
Thank you, sir. Really appreciated that call. As a matter of fact, when I was coming here at the radio station, I felt like I was late. And when I got in that same area to the top of this road at Convent School, I see the no right turn, and I did say, Lord, I hope this ain't make me go burn no more time. And I went across and I turned down Carty Alley and came across where I was permitted to make those right turns. But persons feel, hey, down here is where I want to go, so down here is where I'm gonna turn.
Yeah.
That's all. And that's I think that's the mentality persons have in their head. They just want to get where they want to go. They don't care how they get there.
But they might get there injuring somebody in the process.
And that is when they start thinking after.
So last evening I'm traveling to the traffic department. It was around sometime after 9 o'clock. It was after a football game. And I'm driving along Cleon Street, just a little above the laundromat. And there is these two vehicles racing coming from west.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean, listen, and my vehicle, I pulled over and my vehicle actually shook. And I'm saying, look at this.
And that's a residential area.
Exactly.
20 miles
even
per hour.
I know the things now.
And if your vehicle shook, that is more than 50 miles per hour.
Listen, you should have seen me trying to in my vehicle and trying to move over.
I swear, I'm like Flintstone sometimes
and if you know, Donnelly, that.
And I'm saying, absolutely no regard for the residential area, person users, and even you yourself as a driver.
And you see, as we speak about that too, and which is something that I just learned because of the previous accidents and what I saw persons were charged for. Now, after these accidents occurred and injuries, people get injured, the Traffic Act only goes to an extent where you could charge persons. So when it comes to like injuries and stuff like that, it's really limited. But there's still laws that persons can be charged for.
Can we revisit that act?
I am not familiar with it, but the charge is 1 ton.
Yes,
1 ton.
Oh.
It's similar to reckless and dangerous driving, but it just goes more into that specific person injury. Similar to like if you're saying you're wounding with an intent, stuff like that.
Persons need to take we the officers need to do more charging of persons for reckless driving, as opposed to driving without due care and attention, because reckless driving is of a more serious charge. And I am looking at the document and that was sent to on our Facebook page, and I'm seeing so many persons were charged for driving without due care and attention, $1,500, $800, $1,000, and this doesn't mean anything to people.
Just find the money to pay it and go do it again.
And that's it.
I actually dealt with an accident with someone, right? And a person got knocked down. It's one of my first cases actually when I went to traffic. And some reason the person who got knocked down couldn't remember anything.
Wow.
He claimed that he recovered properly. He don't wish for anything like that because he don't want to go to the court to say what he don't know.
Yeah.
All he know, he was going to work and he wake up in the hospital.
Wow.
He's good. Now, I still took the person that knocked him down to court because I have to cover myself.
Yeah.
And I saw the person after, and the person hailed me in such a way because I was like, that person going to vex with me because I carried them court. And he was, officer, I get you, you know. So I said, you get you with what? He said, I had the case this morning. So I was like, nobody called me. But then I said, maybe it's just the call over to figure what his plea would be. If he pleaded not guilty, they would have given him a date for the case. So I didn't have to be present. He said, they only charged me $1,500. I was like, only $1,500? I will want $1,500 in my hand right now. And
so
said that to say persons who see the wealth feel sometimes they don't care what they're doing when they're on the road cars. Oh, you can just give me $100 ticket, I could pay that. That's the mentality with a lot of people. So
that's
the fees,
that's
the
somebody
fees
that
are
can't remember
too.
maybe because that gentleman getting hit messed with his memory.
Yeah, but we don't care. I am thinking
we really
though,
don't. We are society.
there were so many things that I need. The laws were made in our 15.06 1970.
Yeah,
1970 to now is
too long.
Okay.
That's 70. That should be about 50 something, 55 or 56.
55.
Okay.
55. Okay.
And so we need to. They need to make some changes. And the reason why I say that is because, just like you just said, $1,500 for them, $1,500 is nothing. And so fees need to go up. We, police officers as well, we need to do more
enforcement.
More enforcement. We need to do more education as well.
Yeah.
Because we need to educate. Because for me, and I say this to the persons who I supervise a lot of times, discretion should be one of our favorite words as police officers. But sometimes, some persons, you using your discretion, some persons just will not stop. And so sometimes you have to make an example out of some persons. Let's take, for example, coming down Wellington Road by the gas station. And so that is one of the areas that we normally and usually, that's one of our spots for speeding. And you are telling me persons get away in that area like nothing. It's like, I'm going to blow out my vehicle here.
And we had a lot of incidents and accidents there.
And deaths.
Yes. And for them is, and even though you come to the radio program, even though we're on our Facebook page, even though we do house to house community engagement, persons are still not recognizing the danger of speeding. Now, someone is going to say 20 miles per hour, that day is so slow. Let's take trucks for example. Trucks are not supposed to go no faster than.
Caller, go ahead. You're live on Traffic Talk. Hello.
Good morning, Potencia.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Donnelly.
Good morning.
And the other gentleman.
Good morning, good morning.
Yes. Hope you all are continuing to do well. I'm here listening. My question, regardless of how much you all stress safety of the drivers and they disobey, I mean, the adrenaline rush take over them because in spite of what the situation be. Now, on your end of emphasizing, try to come up with solutions to tamp down the recklessness of drivers. Also, on the other hand, do you think the traffic sector can do with more funding to be more effective? I mean, I don't know if such question permit you to utter that right now, or you got to hold your tongue. Because, I mean, we could say, but what apparatus do you think we fall short of? And who is lobbying to the parliamentarians to change these laws and upgrade them for the new life, the new age? Because hearing you said from the gentleman their story of this guy who got knocked down, and he said they only charge him $1,500. That, and you think if people have secret money that even though they are crying for even $100 ticket until the consequences lay down and they can pull that out their kilo or their mattress? But what apparatus do you think you all fall short of? That is the question. Because I'm going to tell you, situation could be poorly funded and ignored, and every sector need a representation for such. I will hold it there. I don't know if you could respond to that. Thank you for hearing me.
Well, what I would say about that, thank you, caller, for your call. We always appreciate when persons calling and make these contributions. We appreciate you. However, we are going to hold our tongue for certain things. But what I can say is that funding is very necessary. Yeah. And as we would have said on programs before, signage is very costly. Very, very costly. And we know that we are lacking in signs, roundabouts, streets, villages, communities. Signs are of utmost importance, but we don't have. And so this will have to be taken up by the persons who are in charge of us, to meet with the relevant persons to maybe add traffic signage as a different budget for the police. So I will leave that there for now. However, we were speaking to the mileage per hour for the truckers. trucks are to travel 30 miles per hour, regardless of whether or not you're seeing a sign that says 40 miles per hour. A truck is to travel always 30 miles per hour. And trucking that's a different topic, because that's going to take some educating. As a matter of fact, we're having a meeting on the 31st of July, which is next Thursday, for all truckers at the police training school at 6:30. So we're asking those persons who are truck owners, truck drivers.
Specify AM or PM?
6 p.m. And so we're asking persons to, even if you just have any interest at all of going to drive a truck at some point or own a truck, we're asking you to come to this meeting that we're having, so that we can get your information as to what we're not doing, and for us to relate to you what you're doing, whether you're for the police, against the police, whatever the situation is. We are asking our persons to come to this meeting.
We accept criticism
always
in a respectful way.
Always.
Just want to give you some stats. I know you like the stats. We're speaking about speeding, right? From last year January up to the 21st of July, that's 2024. Between that period, 355 speeding tickets were issued. So if we average it at just the minimum, $250, that's at least $8,750.
Traffic tickets alone.
Traffic for speeding, just speeding alone. Now, we're on the radio every Wednesday since. Every Wednesday, every Monday since. Now, for this year, between January to present, 1,009 speeding tickets.
And you remind me of the pricing again?
$250 the minimum.
$250 the minimum.
Okay, let me see.
No, I have the total, but okay. I would let you read it out.
Wow, you said 1,009 speeding
tickets
times $250
minimum.
That's the minimum.
Minimum.
Yeah, so that's the least
charge.
Okay, so, $252,250. Nice. I wish I was working for the government to get that.
But what I want you to see is the difference between it was at 355 tickets issued last year within that period, and this year it's at 1,009.
Wow.
So what's the difference there?
A big one.
And persons are still not, and like the caller would have said, money is not an issue. They probably have money stuck somewhere that we don't know anything about, because here we are crying and saying things are hard, things are rough.
We ain't got it.
No. But yet,
we're going to pay it.
And listen, tickets start $650, $1,000 in one speeding ticket.
All I would say, if they're buying these event tickets so easy like that, then they just see it as them buying a VIP ticket. That's the VIP pass.
But not a good one though, because it says something that is involved. Yeah.
And so we want to encourage the general public to take heed and be mindful that the road, you're not just driving just for yourself. There are other road users, there are pedestrians, other motorists, and so we have to be mindful of the way we drive, taking into consideration that the life you save may be your own. We want persons to continue to adhere to the laws and policies and regulation of the, I think it's a Nevis traffic policies, our Act 15.06. That's an act that you can go to the government headquarters and purchase so that you can familiarize yourself. Okay, have yourself a great week, and thank you for listening.
Before you leave, let me ask this question. It seems to me, as myself and Frames have been discussing, that the only thing these individuals will feel is if you suspend their license.
I agree.
And so the question I'm asking, is it that you all are afraid of suspending license because you feel you might lose revenue, or I don't know?
No, I will. Well, I would give my input and then I would ask Donnelly. But for my part, the issue with that is the suspension of the license only comes when a case comes up. Majority of the time, because of the situation, the penalty is only issued after the case come up. So it's like it's still a period of time they could still be there driving. You know.
Okay.
Because that penalty comes down from the magistrate. Yes. And I want to say to you that we have, between January to now, present, there were at least 10 persons whose driver's license has been suspended.
Okay.
And so it's happening.
That's
it's happening.
Good. That's good.
Yes. Maybe the period needs to be longer.
Yeah.
As opposed to 6 months or 3 months, maybe you need to go longer so persons can really feel.
And just to let the public know that these penalties are not even biased, because police officers have even been
That's correct. That's correct.
Suspended.
Okay, that's
license
good.
have been suspended.
That's good to hear.
Yes.
You're leading by example.
Yes.
That's correct.
All right.
Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening to us, and we appreciate you. Have a great week and stay safe.
Yes, indeed.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Building supplies, electrical supplies, furniture, appliances, carpets and tiles. It's the company where you can get it all. All at TDC, home and building depot. Lawn and garden, the TVs and stereos. All at TDC, home and building depot. Come on down, get what you're looking for. It's all at TDC, home and building depot.
More than 42 million cars from 19 different car companies are being recalled for faulty airbag inflators. Repairs are fast, easy, and free. The problem isn't with the airbag, it's with the airbag inflator. Because the inflator can rupture, shooting shrapnel through the airbag, which can cause serious injury or even death. Don't risk it, fix it.
Please contact TDC Automotive Division to find out if your Toyota vehicle is affected by the Takata airbag recall. Visit or call us at 465-2511 in St. Kitts or 469-5430 in Nevis.
I ain't got no hurricane safety tips now. Well, Skelett got, and together we can weather the storm. So, check this. Prepare for power outages. Charge devices before a storm strikes. Develop a plan in the event that electricity goes. Learn where and how to shut off your home's electricity. Ensure that there are no trees in the lines near you. If you are experiencing low voltage, turn off the main switch in your home. Do not touch wet appliances. Be sure to stay tuned to Skellett's Facebook page and website for updates about the outages and restoration. For emergencies, our contact numbers are 465-2013, 661-2013, and 600. I repeat, 465-2013, 661-2013, and 600. Remember, with Skellett's hurricane safety tips, together we can weather the storm.
And Nevis, time to get charged up for the Fuller Energy Home Series. West Indies is back at Warner Park as they take on Australia in 3 action-packed T20 Internationals, July 25th, 26th, and 28th at 7 p.m. So round up your crew, bring your flags, and come to rally with the men in maroon. Get your tickets now at westindiescricket.com. Physical tickets would be available at the Oval Box office from July 21st.
Hey, have you heard about the water shortage in our area?
Yeah, it's pretty serious. I've been trying to conserve water as much as possible.
Me too. I've started taking shorter showers and turning off the faucet when I brush my teeth.
Well, that's great. Another way to save water is to fix any leaks in your house.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. How much water can a leak waste?
A small leak can waste up to 20 gallons of water daily, which can really add up over time.
Wow, that's a lot. And have to check for any leaks in my house. But another good tip is to only run your dishwasher and washing machine when they are full to save water and energy. I'll keep that in mind. It's important that we all do our part to conserve water, especially during this shortage. Absolutely. Every drop counts.
This message was brought to you by the St. Kitts Water Services Department. Learn more at water.gov.kn.
Seize the day with a summer loan from TDC Financial Services. Whether it's vacation, home upgrades, back to school prep, or even a little treat for yourself, borrow up to $65,000 unsecured with low rates and flexible terms. Apply today at TDC Financial Services, Central Street, St. Kitts, or Main Street, Charlestown, Nevis. Don't miss the sunshine. Let your summer plans sail smoothly with TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea, only on Win Media 98.9.
We're back on Island Tea, and with us in studio this morning we have two lovely ladies from the island of Barbados, Harriet and Brittany, and they will be speaking about Carifesta. Carifesta will be held this year in Barbados from August 22nd to the 31st, and I see the theme says Caribbean Roots, Global Excellence. So ladies, good morning. Welcome to our studios here in St. Kitts.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
My pleasure, our pleasure, I should say. So let us dive right into the meat of things. What is Carifesta? I honestly don't know this number.
15. Carifesta 15.
Yeah. I know 10 is next, but I just couldn't figure. Okay, so what is Carifesta 15?
It's the 15th and 15th edition of the Caribbean Festival of Creative Arts, and it's the region's largest and most prestigious multidisciplinary festival of culture or cultural event, and it features 10 days of music. It's dance, it's fashion, film, visual arts, theater, food, and cultural symposia. And there's the Grand Market. It's going to be one of the largest ever. I think it's 45,000 square feet of space. Oh, wow. And in that space, you will have people. I think it's home furniture. There is going to be food, a wide variety of things for people to see and do.
All right. I wish I could say I want to come, I want to be there, but I'm hoping I can be there one day.
But you have to. If you miss it, blame yourself.
I know. So, Brittany, I'm going to let you take this one. When and where is Carifesta taking place, and why in Barbados? I'm going to add that extra piece.
Why in Barbados?
Yeah.
Well, you took it from us there. Carifesta will be taking place August 22nd to the 31st in Bridgetown, in Barbados, the various places around the country. And why Barbados? Well, why not Barbados? I mean, Barbados is the place to be this summer, and we are happy to be welcoming just over more than 25 or so different countries, different delegations from across the region. So we're happy to see everyone in Barbados again, August 22nd to the 31st for Carifesta.
I know it moves around the island, so that's why I was kind of questioning. I wonder if you had to bid for it to be your island next, or your island was just chosen. That's why I said why Barbados, because I know you have Kadooment and all of that happening right now.
True, yes. So it's very busy. August is a very busy time for us.
Yeah. Indeed. So, Harriet, I'll come back across to you. What is the theme of Carifesta 15?
Well, the theme is Caribbean Roots, Global Excellence, and it highlights our deep regional cultural ties while celebrating the Caribbean's rising global influence in creative industries. Because, I mean, we are a melting pot of cultures and, of languages even. Yeah. So why not, something to celebrate the global excellence of the Caribbean?
Do you know how many countries will be participating just yet?
25, including countries from CARICOM, and then there's going to be, I think, Ghana, there's Brazil, Colombia, and Cuba as well.
Oh, nice. So the languages are coming.
Yep. Yes, the languages are coming, yes.
Brittany, why is Carifesta important?
Well, I would say Carifesta is important because it fosters regional unity. It supports the orange economy and provides a global platform for Caribbean talent. It's also a driver for cultural tourism, economic activity, and youth engagement across the region.
Alrighty. Oh, so let's get into the juicy things of it.
So,
how do I book to attend Carifesta 15?
But you go to our website, www.visitbarbados.org /Carifesta. And there you can find the full schedule. And I think you should go and look on a daily basis because they're constantly updating the information.
Okay. Okay. So are there different ticket types for the event?
Yes, of course. So some events are free to the general public, while others, like the super concerts, the fashion galas, and the country nights, they have paid ticketed access.
Okay.
So details, as my colleague would have mentioned, will be updated regularly on the official website. Now, this is the Carifesta website, www.carifesta.net.
All right. Are there special offers for groups or diaspora travel?
Yes, because if you go to, again, if you going back to our website, www.visitbarbados.org /Carifesta, when you go into that website, you will see a call to action. There are going to be a list of hotels, a variety of hotels, because you know in Barbados we have hotels. I like to say from about $50 US a night to $50 a second, and everything in between, because there's something for everybody in Barbados. So you can find a wide range. If you want to a budget hotel, a moderate or high-end, you will find that when you go to the website, www.visitbarbados.org /Carifesta. And a lot of within the airlines, I know for sure, are offering special discounts for the festival. And so if you miss it, blame yourself.
I know, definitely. I have to blame myself. Yeah. Okay, vendors and exhibitors, can they still register at this moment because we know the time's approaching fast?
Okay, so vendor registration is ongoing for select categories within the Grand Market segment of Carifesta. Interested parties can inquire via email to grandmarket.carifestabarbados@gmail.com. So I'll repeat that, grandmarket.carifestabarbados@gmail.com.
Okay, so we just talked about the Grand Market. So as you heard, she said you still can register. She gave you the email address, so please register if you are interested. What is the Grand Market at Carifesta 15?
Okay, so it is the largest cultural market in Carifesta history, spanning over 45,000 square feet at Waterford Place, running from the 23rd to the 31st of August. It includes 5 zones: fashion, home and decor, wellness, literature, and gourmet foods. Sounds good, huh? I think you need to rethink your choice.
I'm a foodie. All right. Harriet, what makes the Grand Market unique?
Besides being one of the largest in Carifesta history, it's going to be a blend of culture and commerce, bringing together, offering regional, micro, small, and medium enterprises of platform to connect to international buyers, access sales assistance, and leverage e-commerce for global reach. And it's great for Caribbean entrepreneurs.
Time to get your products out there and sell them.
For sure.
Definitely.
Yes.
So let us talk about the hours of operation of the Grand Market.
So the Grand Market will run daily from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. with live performances, country showcases, and culinary exhibitions all throughout the day.
Okay, and as mentioned before, we have to pay to get into the Grand Market. Alrighty. So will there be food at the Grand Market for the foodies like me?
Of course. Do you ever hear of a Caribbean event without food?
Correct.
Survive.
So it's going to be Caribbean Eat Street.
Okay.
And it will feature at least 24 food booths. And it will represent a diverse regional mix of cuisine. You have Jamaican jerk to Bajan cuckoo and flying fish. You have vegan ital dishes, Haitian joumou soup, Trini doubles, Antiguan ducana, and to name a few of all the delightful flavors of the Caribbean.
Boy, I didn't see we saw fish and dumpling make it.
Well,
together. I'm just teasing. Are there business development opportunities for creatives?
Absolutely. The market includes B2B buyers forums, a knowledge platform with expert-led workshops, and professional development sessions on licensing, e-commerce, global competitiveness, and more.
Okay, I like that. So let us move on to the performances, the program, and the innovation. So what headline performances can attendees expect?
You can expect super concerts featuring the Caribbean's biggest musical icons and top regional stars, alongside country nights, film festivals, dance shows, and fashion runways, and international acts. So be sure to be checking the website. Visit www.visitbarbados.org/Carifesta or www.carifesta.net. Make sure you're following so that you can see when everything is announced.
See, I was hoping she would have give us one, but
We
didn't even get one.
Carifesta. Yeah, the Carifesta website for sure.
Okay. So will Carifesta 15 include new venues or tech upgrades?
Yes, we're going to have some newly constructed spaces.
Okay.
One is named after the local icon Richard Stout, the Richard Stout Amphitheater, and the National Performing Arts Center at Newton. That Newton is in Christchurch, and that will be the debut for that particular location. And they will also include alternative reality mobile experiences and FT art, so lots of stuff in the metaverse, however you care to call it, and solar powered installation. So, and we're talking about using prefabricated, quickly constructed, ready to go structure. So as soon as crop over is over, that the
structures
will be rolled out for Carifesta.
Okay,
yes.
Good stuff. So clean up, rolling.
Yes,
all right.
Exactly.
Because Barbados is ready. We just want to put that out there. Barbados, we are ready.
I can't say anything else. I can't say anything else. So, Brittany, what sustainable measures are in place?
Okay, so the event is designed with climate resilience in mind. So this would include photovoltaic, solar energy, digital and e-waste reduction, eco-conscious design, and risk mitigation for hurricane season, because as you know, August is within the hurricane season for many of our islands. So we have all of that in place, just in case, but knock on wood, we're gonna have a successful 10 days.
All right. So let's talk about the festival experience and community. So what local community activities are planned?
Well, you have to look out for the fringe events, like preset pop-up stages and the road pulse. And this is a mobile Carifesta rap dance. It's a rap dance bus bringing spontaneous dance shows and workshops to communities around the island. Because, of course, we need to include the local communities.
Yeah. Okay. Brittany, what kind of legacy will Carifesta 15 leave behind?
The festival supports long-term development through training of over 370 creatives in technical production, Creative Commons projects from the Live Lab, expanded cultural infrastructure, which is really important, and stronger intra-Caribbean trade connections, because again, you're going to be in one country, but you're going to have the opportunity to interact with, meet, communicate with persons from over 25 countries in the region and the wider world.
Okay. Before we get to that last one, could other countries be included, or it's just at the 25 cap for now?
Well, I mean, I'm sure there is opportunity. Just visit www.carifesta.net or also the email address that I would have previously mentioned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any inquiries there?
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
So, Harriet, I'm coming to you.
Okay.
Why is this a can't-miss event for 2025?
Well, it's more than a festival. It's a regional milestone. I mean, it's Carifesta 15. It's a powerful celebration of who we are as Caribbean people. And it's a vibrant showcase of what makes the Caribbean extraordinary. And again, if you miss it, then blame yourself. Visit www.visitbarbados.org/Carifesta.
All right, so you said Barbados is geared and ready to take on Carifesta.
We're ready to welcome you all.
Yeah.
What, if any, ideas did you use from the last, when the last Carifesta was held, and what improvements do you think Barbados has added to make the festival grander at 15?
I would say, as we mentioned, the Grand Market is going to be one of the biggest, or the biggest that we've seen so far for Carifesta. So that is a major one that we're very proud of. But just also ensuring that there are so many events that persons could choose under the various disciplines, the fashion, the culinary arts. You know, we're going to have one event I'm particularly looking forward to is one called Sunday Food, where you'll be able to experience what each Caribbean country, what we cook, you know, on a Sunday. So that one is going to be a very interesting one. So I'm not sure if that has been done before, but that's one I'm definitely looking forward to. You have the various fashion shows. There are going to be some big conversations on, you know, trending topics, you know, serious topics that we need to speak about in the Caribbean. So there's so much for you to see, to view. And you'll be able to find the calendar of events. We're happy to have that. You can find that on www.carifesta.net. So there's something there for all of us, all of you creatives, you know, families, you know, there's entrepreneurs. There's something there for everyone. So
I saw the last Carifesta was held in Trinidad and all right, no problem. The last Carifesta was held in Trinidad and Tobago in 2019. So I think the COVID era that we had, none of us wanted it, but amen to that, it happened, and I think it brought out a lot more creatives. So I think Barbados
and entrepreneurs as well.
Yes, will definitely be having a grand festival this year. Yeah. So, ladies, anything to add as we wrap up?
Well, miss it, blame yourself. Visit www.visitbarbados.org/Carifesta.
Yeah, August 22nd to 31st. We're looking forward to seeing all of you there.
All right, so miss it, blame yourself.
Yep.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much.
We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Come, build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers. We don't just sell materials, we help you build your dreams. Whether it's a new home, a renovation, or a DIY project, we're here to make it happen. That's why we say, build with us. From foundation to finish, come to our stores where we have the best in building materials, hardware, tools, paints, expert advice, and more. Whatever you need, you can count on us. So if you're ready to get started, build with us. With Hostels Building and Nevis Centers, you're not just building a structure, you're building a future. Let us help you create something amazing. Dream with us, plan with us, grow with us, build with us. Come build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers today. Build with us at Hostels.
Basta! We run things, things are on we. Basta! Basta! Living color, do it differently. Basta! Basta! Not an in charge like for the party. Basta! Basta! We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
7 flavors, best taste. Basta! Bolder, better, better. Pick your color.
We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
Basta! Live in full color.
Basta!
St. Kitts, are you ready to invest with UTC GBFL?
Wait, UTC GBFL? What is that all about?
It's the UTC Global Balanced Fund Limited, your passport to investing in global markets, stocks, bonds, and opportunities worldwide, all within your reach.
So I can really start investing money?
Yes, and the best part, you can start with just 100 US or EC equivalent. Investing isn't just for the big players, it's for you. Whether you are seeking the potential to build wealth, secure your future, or chase your dreams, now is the time. Do it for you. Now, visit utcgbfl.com to get started today. UTC GBFL. Invest for tomorrow. Do it for you. An investor should consider a fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses before investing with the full knowledge that an investor may not get back the amount invested. The price of the units may increase or decrease, or that there may be circumstances where redemption of units may be suspended. This and other important information can be found in the fund's prospectus, which is available on our website, www.utcgbfl.com. The Eastern Caribbean Securities Regulatory Commission has not in any way evaluated the merits of the securities offered.
Carifesta is the whole region looking good, and the whole road is rerun with. It's in the way we walk, it's the way we talk, it's the way we move. We ready for the world, and when we step out and pose just so, it's pure style and fashion. Look away! Come for Carifesta 15 in Barbados. Book your stay now at visitbarbados.org/Carifesta.
Are you dreaming of a brighter future? The answer is right beneath your feet. Buying land is a wise investment. You can build a home.
Found the South 98.9.
Save your quarters and save your dollars. You could just protect.
Parents and guardians, it's time to secure your child's success. Enroll them in Aspire and unlock amazing benefits. $500 in cash savings, $500 in investment shares, and life-changing financial education to teach budgeting, saving, and investing. Don't wait. Sign up your child or ward for Aspire today and give them the tools to achieve greatness. Visit aspire.gov.kn for more information.
When can I open my eyes?
Not yet. Okay, open. Do you see what I see?
It just looks like land to me.
It's our land, son. A wise investment that will grow with you.
Invest in land with CIBC Caribbean and we'll give you US $250 towards your valuation cost and 50% off your loan application fee. With CIBC Caribbean land financing, you can choose to build, hold, or pass on to your children. Visit CIBCCaribbean.com to learn more. Conditions apply.
St. Kitts, are you ready to invest with UTC GBFL?
Wait, UTC GBFL? What is that all about?
It's the UTC Global Balanced Fund Limited, your passport to investing in global markets, stocks, bonds, and opportunities worldwide, all within your reach.
So I can really start investing money?
Yes, and the best part, you can start with just 100 US or EC equivalent. Investing isn't just for the big players, it's for you. Whether you are seeking the potential to build wealth, secure your future, or chase your dreams, now is the time. Do it for you. Now, visit utcgbfl.com to get started today. UTC GBFL. Invest for tomorrow. Do it for you. An investor should consider a fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses before investing with the full knowledge that an investor may not get back the amount invested. The price of the units may increase or decrease, or that there may be circumstances where redemption of units may be suspended. This and other important information can be found in the fund's prospectus, which is available on our website, www.utcgbfl.com. The Eastern Caribbean Securities Regulatory Commission has not in any way evaluated the merits of the securities offered.
St. Kitts and Nevis, it's time to celebrate! We're raising our glasses and saying cheers to 20 years as your trusted telecommunications provider. And because we love our amazing customers, we're giving you the chance to win. Every week, we've got exciting prizes just for you. And that's not all. Step into a cash vault for a shot at $2,000 in cash. To qualify, switch to Digicel, activate a 3-day plan or higher, pay your bill in full, sign up for postpaid or a new Digicel Plus internet package. Stay connected, keep enjoying the best service, and get ready to win. 20 years strong, and we're just getting started. Visit a Digicel retail store today.
Hey kids, it's Chubby
I have to go to school and learn and play with my friends too. Every day is fun day, 'cause I love my chubby, chubby. Chubby, 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 chubby. Lots of flavors for me to choose. Every day they keep me cool. It fits my handmade just for me. Everybody loves chubby. Chubby, 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 chubby. Every day is fun day. Chubby.
Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea only on Win Media 98.9.
And we're back on Island Tea, and we were speaking last week about the rise in the minimum wage, and someone mentioned us having an expert. This morning I have the pleasure of asking and inviting Dr. Martin to help us with the economies I should say, in correlation with the minimum wage. And Dr. Martin, good morning. Welcome to Island Tea.
Good morning. And I would say thank you for having me, but it's really early. So,
See, thank you. I woke you up. I made you get up too early. Oh, boy.
way too early.
I apologize, sir. I understand the time difference, but just to clear the air, my first question as we go into this morning, so I can let you go back to sleep and get some sleep before you begin your day. The minimum wage, I'm sure you are aware of it. You've heard it was raised by government. My first question, should that be something that the government does, or should it be something that the employers themselves in good conscience does?
It's a two-part question, because if you focus on the reason for business or going into business is to maximize your wealth, right? So the pursuit of self-interest warrants one to, pay the lowest amount of cost possible in order to maximize their profits. And unfortunately, in most of our industries in our islands, it's labor. Right now, so therefore government intervenes and have minimum levels that seen as some sort of endorsement of what is acceptable. But that's also problematic in a sense, because there is a greater debate out in this world about whether minimum wage is enough, right? The minimum wage, some people say, okay, that's enough for you to survive, but it's really not, right? Because even though, yes, it's great that we're back now to what, $2,000 a month, $500 a week. It's still that enough to live in St. Kitts? That's a part of a bigger conversation that we're not yet having. But I commend the government for even increasing it so aggressively, 30% in less than 2 years. That's really aggressive. And I really hope that they did their due diligence through consultations with the private sector to minimize the potential fallout, which is usually resulting in lower staffing costs. Again, people can lower that. If you increase my wage costs, one of the easiest ways to do is to demand more and expect pay for lower hours. So hopefully it came with consultation and some sort of offsetting to this formula.
Oh, boy. I don't know if you listened to the last parliament.
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
No.
Because Mr. Brantley said something in regards to what you said just now when it comes to consultation and understanding what could happen. Because as you rightfully said, an employer can demand more. I'm trying to put two words together. Can demand more from an employee and decide 2 or 3 have to go home.
Cut wages, yeah. We want to increase operational efficiency, and that's what some smart businesses that do not work. Okay, let's go back. Right, I think there's some questions you should have asked me before we even got to this stage that really surround what is the potential fallout in simplest terms, which I'm sure if you talked about this last week, you already started to talk about it, where the biggest fear is people like, what will businesses do, right? I already see on social media, we see significant increases, people commenting on already increases on food, increases on just the cost of products were already going up at the same time minimum wage is going up, right? So you already had a reduction in purchasing power, but now businesses tend to follow these types of regulations and legislation with immediate price increases to the consumer. So you already have that further erosion of purchasing power in a rising cost environment, especially with everything that's still going on with global trade. It has the potential to be a domino effect again I don't know what Premier Brantley said, but if those consultations weren't done in a way that really looked at the funding formula and to offset and provide some sort of economic relief to business, I'm not sure how it's gonna go.
Yeah. What is a livable wage, do you think, for the citizens of St. Kitts
I
and
mean,
Nevis?
we could proxy it just based on rental costs. What's the average rental cost for a one bedroom, national average in the country? And we can't even say national average because Nevis would significantly bring down the cost of housing because Nevis has a completely different housing structure, right? The majority of Nevisians own their land, whereas in St. Kitts the government own the land and vice versa. So if we really just looked at St. Kitts, like the average cost of a one bedroom, no utilities and furnish is what? Somewhere between what, $900 to $1,100? Right. So if we then say that a minimum wage of 2,000, and is kudos to the government for offsetting it with levies, right? So at least you're trying to protect that the net take home is $2,000. So you do that with introducing levy phase outs. But it's still 50% of your take home pay. Right. We're not even talking yet about basic utilities, which we've seen increases from the government side on water. Electricity is still problematic in terms of steadiness capabilities, and then the impact on your appliances when it goes abruptly and comes back with force. That's never addressed. So then we factor in electricity costs, and maybe we're at what, 13, 1400 if we include internet, because everybody has internet. So we had $1,400-$1,500. So it's $2,000 livable. We ain't eat yet. We ain't provide for our children yet. We ain't provide for transportation yet. At the same time, we just had price inflation on bus fee, right? So you're telling me somebody working in Bastia that's now making minimum wage on $2,000, bus fee literally just increased to what? That ain't what, $5 a trip, $10 a day, $50 a week, $200 a month. Okay, so exactly. Yes, I commend the government. $12.50, great. It's better than what it was. It's not a livable wage.
Oh, wow. So what do you think is needed to ensure that the citizens can have a livable minimum wage, and how often should the minimum wage rise to ensure this?
Those questions are really complicated, and I'm not here to this. I'm not disparaging the government, not disparaging the private sector, because
Neither am I.
Very significant arms of the economy. And the situation, if you're looking at government fiscal policy, the government has tried to leverage its fiscal policy, which either through its power to tax, with some of the relief that we're going to be seeing, the ability, well, they spend a lot, so we see a lot of these programs in terms of supporting those vulnerable populations, right? So we've seen Lyft and so on, and I think they increased some of these limits as well, and we had the BBW that fell off. So government over the past 2 years, they've been really trying their best to work on GDP and to stabilize GDP through government fiscal policy changes, right? And now the minimum wage targets consumption, right? We're trying to get more money in people's pockets, so consumption increase, and that could have a positive effect on the GDP. But what we need is business to really look internally. We need business, the private sector, to really look internally, because it's easy to say, let's target labor, right? But let's look at our processes, our infrastructure, look for any inefficiency, any way which we could increase productivity. The problem that comes with that, though, Cartencia, is that when we do these types of analysis, you actually might realize that there's AI now that could replace a lot of these jobs, and there's some technologies that could. So we're in a very delicate situation, right? So we need movements from all people. We need government to do really proper economic analysis, because I don't know what happens sometimes when we try to find data. But we need proper economic analysis from the government side to really see how to engage business.
Alrighty, Dr. Martin, thank you for the answer. We have a caller. Caller, go ahead.
Good morning. Greetings once more in Jesus Christ's name. The only Savior of sinners, from the saints and from hell. Good morning.
Morning.
Now, I'm a Christian and I believe in doing things by the Bible way, and I believe the Bible speaks to economics, okay, including minimum wage and that sort of stuff. Now, let me say this. I believe, for example, in 100% voluntary taxation, which I believe is the Bible way to go, and that sort of stuff. So I just wanted to put those things out there. Now, let me say this. Minimum wages, I believe, as I've heard it said, are the Chuckies and Jasons of economics. Minimum wage and price controls. What happened is that every time, for example, St. Kitts has increased minimum wages, as well as other countries and that sort of stuff, but I'm just zeroing in on St. Kitts and Nevis since I'm living here. Prices of goods and services go up. And it is an economic principle that, and it's the way God created the world to be operated, that what if once government carries up minimum wages, okay? If the services and the goods in your economy does not increase likewise, you're going to end up having more money chasing basically the same amount of goods. And that is going to, in the end, increase prices on goods and services because they have not increased to match the increase in the wages. Now, we must understand there are countries in this world that do not have a minimum wage. For example, the Scandinavian countries, Switzerland, and that sort of stuff. And they have one of the strongest, if not the strongest, workforce in the world. People go there to look jobs. So not having and when I say that they don't have a government minimum wage, I mean they do not have a, sorry, when I say they don't have a minimum wage, I mean they do not have a government enforced minimum wage because they have businesses with certain understanding between them and unions, but no government enforced minimum wage. That is what they do not have. So minimum wage, in the end, really, government enforced minimum wages, in the end, only make things worse for the poor man. And not only that, who suffer the most are the small and medium businesses. Big business love when government do these things because it's going to put more pressure economically on the small and medium businesses and drive them more out of the market. We already have a problem with a lot of small businesses going out of business in St. Kitts, where a lot of small and medium businesses are going out of business in St. Kitts. And St. Kitts are much more so because I'm more familiar with St. Kitts. And increasing minimum wages on them would only make things worse because a lot of them are on the brink of going to businesses and a lot
Greg, remember we still have Dr. Martin on, so you could be brief, so at least he could respond so we can continue.
Yes, I'm going to finish. So for this and other reasons, minimum wage affects very negatively and sent out of closure in an increase with small and medium businesses. This goes against the Bible. Thank you very much for your time.
All right, Greg, thank you so much. As I tell Greg all the time, not everybody's on the same page with the Bible. But Dr. Martin, hearing that, what's your rebuttal?
He's not wrong. There's some biblical underpinnings when it comes to taxation and policy, even things like government.
Yeah, and I get that, but everybody don't believe the same way.
Right, but even still though, what the essence behind what he's saying, whenever there's government intervention in the economy, there's deadweight loss created because government really isn't an efficient arm of anything. Government is unless you're communist, you're acting on completely with your own self-interest to get back into power in a very short term. So government intervention tends to sometimes lead to deadweight economic loss, which is what he's talking about. And he is right when he's saying small and medium businesses will always be affected more because they have less capacity to adjust to the shift and and so on, right?
Yeah.
But overall, what will we have? It's left to be seen. We will see increased prices. We're already seeing that. I think this is going to be a greater need for price control. To monitor it to see if one affects the other in that way. And it's just look until how our local economy will respond. And this is the problem when we don't have data. I should be able to log on to see what was the impact of the last increase. You understand? The one that took us from 360 to 430? Well, what happened then? What was the impact? And then based on what happened then, were we rushing into this next phase of it too soon? Because nobody want less money for people. And people, your callers have to also understand too, and like that one caller that mentioned Scandinavian countries, yes, but this is a very unionized area.
Yeah.
All right, it's very union heavy, and yes, they go industry to industry, and you know why? And we also kind of did that because the minimum wage in hospitality was different than the rest. Right, they had a different minimum wage, so we have a similar structure where in our hospitality sector we had a different wage system going on. But then the enforcement comes from courts, so there's no absence of government completely. Right, so even though government doesn't legislate it from the legislature, there is some sort of law in place for the courts to use to govern and enforce. So that's the part that your last caller is missing. And those systems, the economic systems, are participatory. When the country is great, everybody is great. When the country is suffering, everybody suffers. And that's also not something some people would be comfortable with.
Let me ask you a question as an economist. What do you feel about his concept that taxes should be 100% voluntary?
The more money I started making, the less I wanted to pay taxes.
Okay.
Because you really start to realize that it's punitive.
Yeah.
Taxes are punitive. And as much as we have a progressive tax system, even within our local system, what is the offset for those that invest? Like, let's say, for example, I've invested $500,000 into the St. Kitts Nevis economy in 12 months. What's my tax benefit versus somebody that only shopped at Rams?
Yeah.
Right? How do you then reconcile these offsets? So that tends to happen. What happens when we don't have income taxes in economies like ours there in St. Kitts and Nevis? You really don't have an incentive to the private investor that is not structured as a business. Does that make sense? Like, so when it comes to voluntary taxation, I would be all for it. And people are for it when they have a tax system that they can legally avoid taxes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
In the US, taxes are voluntary. Believe it or not, right? Taxes are voluntary because the tax code is written in such a way that you could actually lower your tax bill to zero. But you have to have the money to hire people like myself to get you the information that would allow you to lower your tax code to zero. But I think like I could tell you, last year I had a client. She paid around $120,000 in taxes in 2023 to 24. And I think after some advice that I would have given her, she should have lowered her tax bill to somewhere around 40.
Okay.
And the only reason I couldn't get a law is because of some stuff on her personal side.
Okay. What do you think about, though? He mentioned that raising the minimum wage will put the lower class of businesses out of business. Maybe, right? I'm just gonna say maybe.
We already see it, right? In a sense, yeah. If you compare a lot, I see a lot of local comparisons.
Doc, we have a caller. You want to caller? Go ahead.
Yes, good morning. I just wanted to know Dr. Martin's preference when it comes to economic policy, in terms of whether or not it's better to go with cost of living allowances, those general increases, as opposed to setting the minimum wage, or using government interventions like the societal intervention, safety nets, and those kinds of things, as opposed to minimum wage. What do you think is better economic policy?
Okay, thank you for that question, caller.
It's really subjective. I think okay. Listen, if we were talking about housing contents here, I would tell you government needs to stay the hell out. Government is a problem in our housing market in so many ways than we discuss, right? And right now, they're creating a major housing bubble, right, with some of these initiatives that they want. That's an easy answer. But when it comes to minimum wage specifically, in a small society like ours, with very few big dominating businesses, and it's really ran by government being the largest employer, so there's no minimum wage issue there. Most private sector businesses, there's no minimum wage issue there. So we start to really get down into the consumer facing, that hourly type wage, the supermarkets, the retail spaces, and then entertainment and some hospitality spaces. Um, so it's really just retail, if we're honest, right? It's really just that retail space. Because I don't know if how we factor in tips with that minimum level. To your caller point, I would love a COLA adjustment. I would love if we could go industry to industry, cooperative to cooperative, and say, hey, this is what we're gonna pay, because this is the value added. I remember working at a local hotel, and I had to do my own wage analysis and realizing that we were significantly underpaid. So there is something that's needed within industry. But we live in a society that unfortunately people sometimes just don't do the right thing. So if government doesn't intervene, who's going to protect the vulnerable workers, right? Who's going to have that real desire to keep people from being poor? Because honestly, there's some industries in our country that strive on poverty.
Yeah.
There are industries that strive on poverty. So we have to find that kind of balance, right?
Wow.
We have to find that balance between what is politically necessary and help us prop up our stock versus what is fairness and what is needed on a national scale. And honestly, then it comes economic stimulus versus consumption. Our wage base is too small. Therefore, you have to tax the small wage base more, right? We need policies right now that encourage growth of that wage base.
Okay.
So in 15 years, we could take some of the pressure off of these people in their 50s that are about to retire, right? Because people are still working because they have to work. But if you had another contributor in the household, another contributor in the social security system, we won't have pressure there too. So government has to intervene because government has to intervene.
Okay.
You
Well,
understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, plenty sense. Caller, go ahead for Dr. Martin.
Yes, good morning. Good morning, Cortesia and Quinn. Thanks for bringing the financial expert on, as I requested that.
Okay. All right, yeah, and just remember you have to be brief for him to answer the question. We only have 4 more minutes to go.
Yeah, for him, let's get straight to it. For him, I'm calling from the diaspora, right? And for us out here, I want him to give us a real feedback on what it is like on the ground for the common working class person in terms of this minimum wage and in relation to the minimum wage, which is now gone up to 500, in relation to the minimum wage that the lower class is working for, the quote-unquote lower class or poor people. And inflation is everywhere, but where did it all start and where it's going to end? Because we see inflation started during COVID, and this is post-COVID era now, and it still continues. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? So if we're going to have a minimum increase, and the prices and for services and goods is going to keep increasing after minimum wage is implemented, we see a 1 point something pound of mackerel is like $26, and someone complained about a bottle of tomato ketchup, organic ketchup, $24. And another person said one big bottle of olive oil. I think Jamster said that one time when he was in air.
But remember, the doc has to answer the question, you know.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you. I'm getting to it. $70 for one product. If one product in the store is eating up $70, which is the last increase from $430 to $500, how is this benefiting the working class? And I'll leave it there. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you.
So what your caller really got, well, first of all, sir, I'm not on the ground. I'm in the diaspora like you. I just probably am in sync. It's way more than I need to be.
Oh.
Right. So yeah, I'm just there way too much. So I hear a lot of feedback on the ground, and the feedback on the ground is things are tight. Economically, people feel it. The country feels heavy, and people are complaining. And a lot of noise are coming from notable people, but then you contrast that and you see the big fets with 5,000-6,000 in attendance at 150 to 200, and you're saying, and people judging like, well, oh, I thought this is the country ain't got the money, and then we preparing for Culturama. The entertainment piece of our economy seems to be thriving, but what I want us to even potentially consider for a minute, and then I'll go back to what he's saying, is that could be people's only lifeline. That could be the distressor. That could be that one party, could have been that intervention that they needed, not to just like say to hell with it, or not to rob that next person, right? So we need to really watch the discourse and find that balance. But you know, if fellas are women too, because I hear the men have started to change. If you find a lot of more people are asking for things, it could be a sign that, and you know, we talk about Boopsin a lot. We should have a Boopsin index. And this sounds really funny to say, but by creating a Boopsin index, if we start at a baseline and every month we survey men and we ask, hey, how often you got charged this month, or women too, right? And it goes up to 20, it goes up 20% more or down, right? You get a sense of what's going on in the economy, right? Because the main economic engine seems to be entertainment right now. But other than that, the country seems heavy. What that caller really came down to is what we started talking about, minimum versus livable wage. That's really what he said, right? Because at the end of the day, is $500 a week enough? No, I was in Rams a month ago, and I was buying something, and the young lady was like, I understand, I can't afford to shop here. You hear what I'm saying? Somebody that works at Rams is saying they cannot afford to shop at Rams. That means that extra dollar that Chinese saves you matters more than any sort of national pride to go shop in Rams. Because, you know, we always criticize the Taiwanese stores don't contribute, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, you hear all the criticism. But at the end of the day, they're providing the relief. And let's go back. Because the Taiwanese community get a lot of criticism. And I have something.
Just about a minute, right?
Go ahead.
And the other guest is already here. So if you could wrap up for me, I wish we could go longer.
Well, no worries. But in essence, I mean, that's really it. If we stick with it, the minimum wage, it's there right now. It's left to see what industry's response will be. I truly hope business find ways to increase operational efficiency without cutting labor. And just finding ways to value and just realize, like, hey, we all could struggle together, right? The businesses are still reporting record profits. And some of that is being passed on through investment, but even that is not even at a level that is wealth creating. So we just got to work together, man. That's it. The government, the private sector, the citizens. It needs to be a joint effort when it comes to these kind of topics.
It needs to be indeed, and I wish we have more time, but maybe we can do this another time as well. I'm not going to do it so early, though.
I have my own show on Win. Money Matters, and we'll come back with a season, the upcoming season, and tackle topics like this.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much for taking time out. I hope you get some rest. I appreciate it so much, so much. Have a great day, Dr. Martin.
All right.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Kids and neighbors, it's time to celebrate! We're raising our glasses and saying cheers to 20 years as your